Alright, y'all, it's Big Winner coming at you with another video. This is my second time filming this video because it kind of got deleted in the editing process, and I'm not very happy. I'm sorry I didn't post Friday. Some kids, they showed up, and they were trying to bully me, you know what I'm saying? And anyways, that's a different story for another time. Someone told me that I should do story time. So today, we're going to be telling you the story of my first deer. Right here, this is my first deer. I don't know how well y'all can see him, but he is an 8-point. He scores probably right around 100. Shot him in 2014. Here's his pin. Because in Illinois, when you shoot your deer, they give you this pin, and you just keep that to remember them by. And anyway, so this is the shotgun. It's a Mossberg pump action 12 gauge. It's the youth model. It's 500A. It's got the short stock. I had a shoulder saver on it. It didn't have this barrel on it though. It had a slug barrel with 2 iron sights. Yeah, we'll get into this gun a little bit later. Alright, so obviously my dad did this mount. Obviously the nose is missing, but I'll get into that later. Alright, y'all. So, first day, went out, sat and didn't see anything but does. And that afternoon we went out, saw some does, small bucks, and only sitting in blinds though. No tree stands yet. But second day, went out in the morning, sat in this hay bale blind, homemade hay bale blind, saw does. Then that afternoon, we're sitting in this rhino blind. You know, the ones that have all the triangles in them. Yeah, so we're sitting in that. We got them. We've seen a couple does, and there's timber behind me, and then a little grass patch, and then there's a fence row, and then there's corn over here, and a cut bean field and alfalfa out in front of me. So what the deer do is they either come up here and then cut down, come up the fence row this way, or come up it that way, or they come straight through behind me through the grass and the timber. So we've been seeing those, a couple of them. It was a slow morning. So I learned a lot more than just how to shoot deer on its own. You learn a lot of patience and sitting still. And I actually fell asleep, which everyone does that. But my dad woke me up around 6-ish, and when the action started getting good, and I was watching this side of the stand, he was watching that side of the stand, and so then I hear something behind me, so I look, and here it comes. Here comes a deer, and all I see is an antler, a base of an antler coming off it. So I'm like, Dad, it's a buck, it's a buck. And I pulled up. He says, get your gun ready. So I pull up and get ready. And I'm just looking out in front of me. And once that deer crosses my line, I'm going to shoot him. But bang. My dad says, it's a fork. Put your gun down. That fork horn come 10 yards from the stand, real close. So this deer, he come real close, 10 yards from the stand, or the blind, and that was my first real close encounter with the deer, buck. My heart was pounding. I was getting excited, and I felt that adrenaline rush that you get when you shoot them deer. So, anyways, the next morning, last day, it's the last day of season. So what I got behind me is I got pine trees, and then there's 60 yards about of grass, and then there's timber. And then our property makes an L in the line of that timber. and then it's someone else's property. And in this grass, that morning we got in early, set up a blind, just a pop-up blind. And my uncle, since it was only youth season, he was bow hunting, so he went up over here on this side of the L and bow hunted, so he could see down in, so he could tell us if one was coming. So we're sitting there. It's dark. We came in with flashlights because we had to put up that blind. So it just gets to be about barely shooting light. And I look over and I said, Dad, there's deer over there. Hand me the binocs. And I get on the binocs, look at it. I'm like, yeah, Dad, that's a deer. About 10 minutes pass, still looking at it. It gets lighter and I'm like, oh. Dad, never mind, that's a bush. Sorry, y'all, it's a bush. Sorry. But anyways, so we hadn't seen deer all morning, alright? And it's 15 minutes in. 15 minutes in. That's it. Uncle's already seen deer. Seen does. And then my dad gets a text and says, Big 10, coming your way. And I get excited. And you know, you get excited real quick and you're like, oh my God, I hope he's coming this way. I hope he's coming this way. I really do hope he's coming this way. So you get your gun up and get ready. Well, not all the way up, but you get ready. And then your hope starts to fade. And you're like, and then your dad says, right there he is. Right there's one. These white racks stuck out. I look over and I see him. He's coming diagonal to us. But this is a new blind, so he's skittish of it because it's in the middle of the field. So he's skittish of his blind, and there's little bushes scattered throughout the field. So he's coming in. I can't get a shot. This gun was shooting high and to the left. No matter what we did, we adjust it, shoot again, and then be high and to the left again. We think it's because I flinch, and I'll get into why I flinch at a later time, a later story time. So, anyways, so he's coming in diagonal to us. All right, he's gonna come right past the stand. All right, so or blind. So we're about to get him. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm shaking and heart's racing. I'm focused on him. I'm watching him. And what ended up happening, he's coming to my dad's side of the stand. So I had to, and I went, at the time, I was 11 years old. And my dad always told me when I turned 12 I could shoot deer, but I got anxious and I made him come over to Illinois from Kansas when I was 12, or 11. And I got a year early on him. So what ended up happening was I come up to following. Then I'm on my dad's side of the stand. So I have to pull the shooting sticks off, lay them down, and then move it over. And my dad's gonna hold it. And he's gonna be my shooting stick. Because I couldn't hold this gun up. So he's coming over. Stops. Right in my comfort range, which was around 25 yards. I wasn't gonna shoot him very far. 40 was my maximum. So he's coming, stops. But there's a catch. He stops in front of the bush. And I'm young, and I just moved that gun over. He knows something's up. So he jumps back, goes 40 yards back, and stares broadside, standing at us. And my dad's like, if you think you can take that shot, and doesn't even finish. Bang! Right down and dropped him. My dad says, bleeping dropped him, baby. You got him. You got him. We all screaming. And it was exciting. My uncle text says, you get him? And then my dad, and then you know how you really want to go up and get that deer, but you gotta wait those minutes and make sure he's dead. Those are the hardest minutes of any hunt. Waiting for that deer not knowing if he's dead or whatever, but I dropped that deer. This deer, yeah, I was excited. I was real excited. My first deer, been hunting his last day, and it was the first day we went to the spot, and I've been telling my dad all week that if we went to the spot, I knew we were going to see a big one, or at least see one, maybe get a shot. I knew it. I just had that heart set in my mind that we were going to see one there. And we did. We ended up seeing one, and I shot it. So, what happened was, I'm still pulled up on this thing. And my dad said, if that thing jumps up, I want you to shoot it again. I don't care if don't take your time. It's going to be running. So, it never did jump up. I never did have to do that. But 10 minutes later, my uncle comes and we go down there to look at him. And he was done gold dead, I'll tell you that. Okay, so I walk up on him and I'm super excited. I walk up and grab his antlers. Anyways, I grab his antlers. I'm real excited. I'm real excited. So, what happened was, you know how I told you this gun was shooting high and to the left? Well, I aimed low and to the right, so that I'd hit him in the right spot. And, you know, I'm back here kind of in the liver area trying to get that lung, because I'm not trying to hit a heart because it's my first deer and it's got iron tights and it's an odd gun. I'm just trying to get a lung. So I pull up, pow, dropped him. So, something ain't, I don't know. But I hit that deer 2 feet high, probably 2 feet to the left. Right here, right in the middle of the throat. Can you even believe that? I don't even know how I did it. And right in the middle of the throat, he's looking at us and he's like this. So I shot him right in the middle of the throat, cut his windpipe, and broke his spine. Now, we don't want a shot like that. Even though it did kill him instantly, you don't aim for a shot like that because it's risky, because it's a small target. You aim for the bigger target that's going to put him down. Because you don't want them deer running around your timber with a hole in their neck. I don't care who you are. You don't want deer with holes in their neck in the timber. I don't know. But anyways, so here he is, and what happened was, I wanted to get a full body mount, but since I shot him in the neck and he wasn't a full head mount, he wasn't real giant, but he's my first deer. And this is actually my dad's head mount for his, so I was getting this kind of same thing, I suppose, but I said European mount, and at the time I didn't know what a European mount was, but I'm happy it turned out like this. So I thought it meant one of these, but it didn't. It meant the whole skull, which I like. But my dad actually does a little bit of taxidermy. Wayne Nelson, he does taxidermy. So he's out in Kansas though, so he does the taxidermy. So I'll send my deer out to my dad most of the time. But sometimes I don't know why we won't send all of them. But he got it all. He put it in the acid. He let the bugs eat it, and he got it all nice and shiny. And then it was drying. It was sitting in his garage. And then the next time I come out to see my dad, I was supposed to take it home with me. And it was all on a nice board, and it was gonna be good. So, but then I get a call, and my dad's like, "Yeah, about your deer skull. A skunk got in the garage, and he chewed it up. He didn't chew up my muley, but he chewed up yours. I don't know why. Maybe because it had meat on it still, or I don't know. But anyways, now it looks like that." And he said, and I told him, well, I guess since that happened, let's just get an antler mount. Because by that time I had realized what an antler mount was and what a European mount was. So I said, yeah, let's just get an antler mount. But then my dad surprised me with this table, like just to set on the table now because he found this log, piece of driftwood. We got the tag right here, 2014 either sex Illinois tag, and we got the bullet, the actual bullet I shot him with. Still smells like gunpowder. It's an Acu slug, 20 gauge. That's what we shoot down here. And the reason I'm using shotgun is if you didn't know, in Illinois you can't use rifles. You have to use shotguns with slugs. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but it also adds a little bit of extra challenge. So I like it. But anyways, this is my dad's first deer. It's got a special place in my heart. Both these deer have a special place in my heart. As you can see, this is a 10-point, if you count these kickers down here, but as you can see, not as wide or as thick. This is actually I think this is actually a Junction City, Kansas deer from there. I'm pretty sure. I'm not certain on that, but killed in December of 1995. First deer, my dad's first deer. This one was killed August 10th of 2014. So, my dad's first deer, my first deer. This deer has been in my room since as long as I can remember. I've always remembered this deer being hanging on my wall, not my dad's. And hopefully my son will have his granddaddy's deer and my deer until he fills his room full of his own. So, yeah, it just has a special place. And just the tradition of hunting. I mean, nothing like it, you know? But let me check the time and I'll get right back to y'all, and then maybe I'll tell the story through this deer. Alright y'all, so we don't have much time. It's going to be a little bit long video, but I'll quickly explain the story of my dad's first deer as I remember it. So, my dad, here's what happened. My dad is more spot and stock. Around here, it's more sit and wait. So my dad saw this deer and he was stalking it with his bow. So he's sitting there and the deer comes. And there's something with my dad. He's like invisible to him. He gets real up close and personal all the dang time. All the time. Dad sends me a picture of a deer, says 9 yards. I don't think in the past couple deer, I don't think one's been past 10. He's like a ninja, I say. He's a ninja to the deer, so he come in real close. I don't remember what my dad said. He's like 5 yards away. He wasn't very far away. And he spooked, and then he ran 20 yards away. And what I remember is my dad telling me he shot, and it was kind of out of his range because it was like his first deer, and it's with a bow, and he spooked just like mine did. He spooked first and ran out, I think 20 or 30 yards, and my dad shot. But what I remember him saying is he clipped the top of one of the lungs or the bottom. I don't remember. I think it was the top. So he wasn't dying easy. So he called his dad, or my grandpa Chip, Papa Chip, and he told me they tracked it miles and miles and tracked some more miles and climbed fences and tracked this deer down. He put up a fight. This deer died instantly. This deer put up a fight. And I don't know. Every deer has a story. Every hunt's a new story to tell. I enjoy making the memories, and hunting's part of life. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this story time video. If y'all like these story time videos, please like the video, and if you like other stuff on my channel, all the stuff together, please subscribe, and I don't know, what else can you do? I don't know, just please like and subscribe. I don't know really what it does. I mean, it gets me out there so I can share my stories, but anyways, that's the story of my dad's and my first deer, and I hope y'all enjoyed. See you next time.